Hi, my name is Dennis Bronston with Dental Learning Centers. I want you to get the most out of your dental photo camera. We're going to discuss some features and tips on how to take good pictures with your Canon G-Series camera. Let's first look at the camera itself. On top of the camera, on the left-hand side, that's exposure compensation, and that should be set to 0. On the other side, there's another dial, and that should be set to 100, and that's your ISO. Make sure you avoid auto, because that won't take good pictures at that point. There's really two settings that we care about, and that is their program settings, C1 and C2. Now C1 is for close-up, and then you put your adapter on, and C2 is for full face. To put the adapter on, we're just going to push that little button on the front of the camera, and the little hubcap comes off, and we're going to put the adapter on. Now the logo ends up at 12 o'clock, so we're going to slightly offset it, and then twist, and your adapter is on. Next, you take your LCD screen, that pops out, and you turn it all the way around, 180 degrees, and back in the cradle. And that way you're in true alignment with what you're looking at. When you turn the camera on, watch what happens. And that is, the camera zooms in all on its own. And it's preset to take all of the main photo pictures that you would take, which is the close-up smile, the retracted anterior picture, upper occlusal, lower occlusal, and buccal corridors. So again, it's preset to take those pictures. And the camera magnification is set to take those. So all that you do is you go closer or farther so that you see the content of the picture, even if it's blurry. Now to take a picture, your finger's on the shutter, and there's a focus box in the middle of the LCD screen on the back, and that's white. But when you focus by pushing down halfway, there's a detent or a stop point. And when you do that, that white box should turn green if you're in the camera's working distance. If you're too close and you push down halfway, then that box turns yellow. And usually you're too close. So you just lift your finger, you move back a little bit, you push down halfway, you feel the detent or the stop point. Then again, that white box, if it turns green, then you're within the camera's working distance, and then you follow through with the push. A flash will go off, and you'll have the picture. Now, there are times that you want more magnification. And you might say, well, how do I do that? And a lot of times, my clients or students, dentists, sorry, but you think, well, more magnification, so I'm going to get closer. And then you try to take the picture and it will be that yellow box. So what you do is, there's a zoom in and zoom out button on the outside of the shutter button. And you can zoom in a couple more clicks, and then you're going to have more magnification. And again, your distance is going to be about the same from the face. And you push down halfway, and the box will turn green. And then again, you complete the push. So those are the basics of taking good pictures. Now there's two more pictures I'd like to discuss to make them a little bit better, and that would be the upper occlusal picture. So the focus box is in the middle of the screen. So if that's the case, then that will be on the palette of the upper occlusal picture. And if you just took a picture that way, oftentimes it'll be blurry, because it's trying to focus on something smooth, the smooth surface. And these cameras actually need a little bit of contrast to take pictures. So what we do is this. We go farther or closer to frame the picture we want. That's step number 1. Step number 2, we pivot left or right so that focus box is on a biting surface of the teeth. You push down halfway, you'll get that green box. You don't lift your finger, and then move the camera back so you have the full arch, and then complete the push. Also, very similar to that would be the retracted anterior picture. Now in this case, we want to take advantage of the camera's depth of field. And if you just go closer or farther to a smile or retracted anterior picture, that focus box is going to be on the centrals of the teeth, or the centrals. And that's not where we want to have our focus. So what we want to do is, number one, go farther and closer. Number two, pivot the camera a little bit so that focus box is on a canine. You push down halfway down and you focus. Don't lift your finger, but then move it back and complete the push. So as far as photography, those are a few tips that we have. My name is Dennis Bronston, and please give us a call.